What's up, everyone? Welcome into the Cannonballs podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Dane Cannon. Co-hosting with me today is...
It's horrible.
It's always the second recording that you do your intro that's so psychotic. God, man. That was so deafening loud in my ears. God damn it, I'm bleeding. But anyway, there's Jake, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Cannonballs podcast. God damn it, man.
Man. That just lets you people know that we enjoy what we do here, and we hope you enjoy listening also.
Jesus, man. Yeah, guys, we're getting into the nitty-gritty, the end of the NFL season. You know, we had a good wild card weekend, super wild card weekend. We had a great episode that we did right before this. So if you guys want to hear like our recap of what we expect for teams moving forward from the wild card, the teams that lost, you know, teams moving forward, our recap of how the game went, who did well, who didn't. Feel free to check that out. You know, we're going to be moving on to the divisional round this episode. So we're going to be talking about 4 games. All of them should be really good games. I like the matchups in all of them. So we got a lot of good football ahead of us. Guys, if you aren't already, like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Follow us on Instagram, Cannonballs with a Z _ podcast. Jake, you have anything to add other than complete just stupidity?
No, I'm really ready for this weekend. No, like you said it best. These games are usually. Brother. You said it best, brother. No, like usually the first wild card weeds out the weaker teams. And I think all these teams are pretty good, actually. I mean, we got a couple underdogs for sure in there, but other than that, I mean, just juggernauts. So I guess we could just start with the first one. First game of the weekend. Yeah, first game of the weekend. We got the number 1 seed Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, do you want to go through, you know, rank each, like where they stack up against each other, like we did with the Niners and the Chargers, or how do you want to do this?
I don't think that I know enough player for player wise as we do our teams. We can talk more in depth, but I don't necessarily think that I'm comfortable because I'm not an analyst. Jake and I aren't analysts. This isn't our job. This is what we like to do for fun. We would love to turn it into a career if we could get the support. Son of a bitch.
The views.
Yeah, if we could get
the views
in here. But, you know, we know key players. So I think we should focus and harness our attention on those players that we do know and, you know, kind of talk more in depth. So we have the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to the Chiefs. And, you know, both number 1 seeds last year lost in the divisional round, which was kind of exciting because I didn't expect it. I don't think many people did. But, you know, there is that kind of consideration or play that happens where you rest your starters long enough and then they kind of get rusty. I think the Chiefs are the exception. They're one of the teams where I'm not concerned about that. Where I'm not really concerned that, they had a bye week, because they usually play well after a bye. Some teams don't. They rest their starters and they come out sloppy. I don't think the Chiefs are one of those teams. They're at home. It's going to be cold. And here's the difference between the Chiefs and the Chargers. If Trevor Lawrence throws 4 interceptions against the Chiefs, this game's over, because the Chiefs aren't going to blow it like the Chargers did. That's just plain and simple. And if we get into the matchup, I still think Patrick Mahomes is the much better quarterback. Trevor Lawrence is having a career year, though. I mean, he's only been in the NFL 2 years, but Doug Peterson has turned him around. He looks light years better than he did his rookie season with Urban Meyer. So I like what I'm seeing from Trevor Lawrence. I think the Jags have a better run game, but, you know, the Chiefs are just so dominant, offensively speaking. Like, this offense, I think, is much better than the Jags, unfortunately. I think that Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback, and you know the Chiefs' defense always seem to make big plays when it matters most. And so I think this game will be competitive, but I definitely think the Chiefs are going to take this one because Travis Kelce, Juju's having a good year. Kadarius Toney's being utilized now. Isaiah Pacheco's getting things going. You know, I I like the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs in this matchup. I think that they get it done at home, but I think it'll be competitive.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs as well. I think the Jags can potentially take it to them and give them a good run for their money. But yeah, I think the Chiefs are just kind of turning into my AFC Super Bowl representee. They do it every year after year after year, and they're doing it now without Tyreek. It looks a little different when it's not just Tyreek and Travis Kelce. Patrick Mahomes, and actually I think it's scarier because you know what to expect when it was Tyreek and Travis Kelce. Now it's, who's getting the ball? Is it going to be Sky Moore? Is it going to be, what's that white boy's name? Is it going to be Kadarius Toney? Is it going to be McCole Hardman?
Is it Chris Watkins? Is that his name?
Yeah, something like that.
Christian Watkins or something like that.
Yeah, so I mean, Patrick Mahomes he's not scared to distribute the ball, and it's kind of hard to put your number one defensive or cornerback on them. And then you got Mr. Reliable Travis Kelce. So I mean, they're a good team, super well coached.
Justin Watson, excuse me.
Justin Watson. And they have I wouldn't say they have a decent run game. I mean, they can get some yards. I say Pacheco runs hard. Jared McKinnon is just a touchdown machine as of late.
Especially in the receiving game. They utilize him in the receiving game correctly.
Yeah, and they're one of the most creative teams as far as formations and
you think we see another merry-go-round?
I mean, I don't think so. Not in the playoffs, but maybe if they get up by 4 scores, possibly, and that could very well happen. Yeah, I mean, I'm taking the Chiefs. I think the Jags can keep it competitive. I don't think they get blown out. I still think they lose by at least 10 points, though. Yeah, I mean, I think the Jags are just a young team, and I would love the Jags to make me eat my own words, but I just don't see it happening, man. It's especially the way they started off last week. Like you said, 4 turnovers. It's not going to fly with the rest of these games. I mean, you're either going to be playing the Chiefs. If somehow you win, you're going to be playing the Bengals or the Bills. This is the top of the elite. I mean,
these are
not
the
just
top dogs. These are the top dogs.
This is the top dogs of the NFL. So, yeah, I don't think the Jags are there yet, but I mean, I think they could, try to make play spoiler. I just don't really see it happening, but I got the Chiefs.
All right. Next game. This one I'm actually really excited for. We have the New York Football Giants traveling to Philly to play the Eagles. Competitive match, division rivalry. I'm going to go out and say this. Jalen Hurts didn't look good when he came back from his shoulder. If Daniel Jones and his offense plays the way they did against the Vikings, I think they have a chance to win this. However,
so do I.
Philadelphia's defense is light years better than Minnesota's defense. So it's going to be a very uphill battle for New York. They're the underdogs big time. No one thinks that they can do it. Very few people will be rooting for, well, not rooting, but predicting the Giants to win this game. I mean, Daniel Jones has definitely taken the next step forward as a quarterback. I still like Jalen Hurts more. I think if we're basing it off of receivers, A.J. Brown is better than anyone that the Giants have, but Brian Daboll is a hell of a coach, and he's making it work. I think Nick Sirianni is also a good head coach, don't get me wrong, but I think Brian Daboll has just made it work with less pieces. But, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, you have Miles Sanders on that offense, Jalen Hurts, Dallas Goedert. This team is scary offensively when they're going, and this defense is just as good, if not better. So it's going to be an uphill battle for sure. I like the Giants' defense. We'll see if Kayvon Thibodeau can get going. Get against the tackles and get to Jalen Hurts. Put some pressure on him. but I'm going to go with the Eagles. I think that they are just a much more complete roster. But, I'm going to go Eagles because they're also a really good run defense. And if Saquon can't get going, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Daniel Jones. And I don't necessarily think that he has the weapons to do it against this Eagles defense. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah. I think if there is going to be a number one team to be, or a number one seed to be upset, I think it's going to be the Eagles. I think the Giants can upset them. If they play like they did against the Vikings, it's going to be a very competitive game. I think the Giants lost twice to them already. And they looked really good. It was against Minnesota. That's the hard thing. Like, Minnesota is just trash. Man, I almost want to take the Giants. I really do. It's just very hard because the Eagles are a juggernaut right now. That run game is just borderline unstoppable. AJ Brown, what's his name? Devontae Smith. They're just lights out. Jalen Hurts is playing, at an MVP caliber this year. And honestly, all the pressure's on the Eagles. They got the number one seed.
That's true. New York has nothing to lose in this game.
Mm-hmm.
They've already beat expectations for where people had them at the beginning of the season. So,
damn, bro.
But Philly is not an easy place to play.
No, definitely not.
Let's be real, because those fans are going to make it hard.
They're definitely not an easy. It's not an easy place to play. Damn, dude.
You gonna do it?
Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I don't have the cojones right now. Because I think if you believe in NFL script, I think the NFL would way rather have a Eagles Cowboys or an Eagles 49ers NFC championship. So, yeah, I definitely think. I think the Giants will keep it close. I don't think it's going to be a blowout like the last time they played. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be, within a touchdown, within 3 points. I think the Giants kind of, not expose the Eagles, but they just keep it close, man. And
could this be a repeat though of the year the Giants went 8-8 and ended up winning the Super Bowl?
I hope not.
Could you imagine? Imagine Daniel Jones just pulls an Eli Manning, just everyone balls out? That would be insane. That would be. It would be. Daniel Jones wins a Super Bowl before Justin Herbert. I will probably actually drink bleach.
Were they drafted in the same draft?
No, Daniel Jones, I believe, was drafted 1 year prior.
Oh. Yeah, no, I just don't see that happening. Maybe I haven't been going with my gut. Can't do it, though. I can't do it. I can't.
Is your gut telling you the Giants?
Yeah, they are.
Do it.
All right, I'm going Giants. I'm going Giants. I don't know what it is.
Interesting.
I don't know what it is. I just think the Giants are playing really good right now. They showed that they can win playoff games. It's a division rival. Anything could happen. And every year, at least one number one seed loses in the first round. Last year it was 2. This year I don't think it's the Chiefs, and it might be the Eagles, man.
All right.
Give me the Giants. I'm going on a whim here.
I respect the shit out of it.
I don't know why. It's very unlikely, but I think they can do it. I really do. I wouldn't put money on it.
Yeah, but definitely.
If they win, you heard it here first.
All right. I like it, Jake. Respect it. All right, guys, let's get into the next game. So that's the Saturday slate. So we have two Saturday games and 2 Sunday games. Next game, first game on Sunday, rematch. Hopefully this game plays all the way through. It has to, I believe. I think even if there was a fire, they would play this game. But
even if there's a fire.
But we have the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Buffalo to play the Bills. I'm just going to say this before I even get into it. Give me the Bengals.
Yeah?
Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, okay.
I like the whole DeMar Hamlin story. I think it's beautiful, the players rallying behind him. I just was not enthusiastic with the way that the Bills defense performed against the third string quarterback of Miami. You give up 27 points to a third string quarterback. The defense got after you. Allen turned the ball over. If they do that against the Bengals, they're not going to win this game. And I think the Bengals look better than they did against the Ravens because that's a division matchup. Granted, it was also a division matchup for the Bills, so maybe that was the case. But still, it's a third string quarterback. But then again, the Bengals played Tyler Huntley, second string. The more that I talk about it, but I think I like Tyler Huntley more than I like Skylar Thompson. Either way, give me the Bengals. I think Jamar Chase has a day. I think Joe Mixon can run against this defense. T. Higgins can get utilized. And I think the Bengals defense is better than the Miami Dolphins defense is. I really do. So I like Josh Allen. I like Stephon Diggs. I like the running game that they got with Cook going. I like Knox. I like Gabe Davis, but something is just telling me that the Bengals are going to win this game. That's my gut feeling. Like the Bengals are going back to the AFC Championship game, in my opinion. And I'm not calling it a curse because I hate that word, especially being a Chargers fan. But there seems to be an issue with the Bills in recent memory in divisional games, especially because they've played the Chiefs, lost both, which is hard.
Yep.
But there's something telling me that the Bengals are going to take this one. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
But I think the Bengals come out on top.
Damn. I mean, like, without thinking about it, I almost wanted to take the Bills. I mean, both these teams could have lost last week. I think both these teams probably should have lost last week, honestly. With that being said, I think Joe Burrow is actually the better quarterback. I don't think we talk about Joe Burrow as one of the elite young quarterbacks like we do Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, blah, blah, blah. But I think Joe Burrow is just a better quarterback. I think Josh Allen has a bigger arm, and he's obviously has that scramble ability, but I just like Joe Burrow. I
think Joe Burrow has more finesse. He's got more touch. Mm-hmm. He's better placement, better accuracy.
Mm-hmm. And he just has ice in his veins. Josh Allen hasn't really proved yet to have that clutch factor. Damn, dude. And before last week, I think just the Bengals have been playing better than the Bills. The Bills at the beginning of the season were my Super Bowl favorites. They haven't been my Super Bowl favorite for weeks now. And like you said, they have something to play for, but, that can only get you so far. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Bengals as well, too, man. I think they're moving up. Yeah, I think they're moving up. I think they're better than the Bills right now. I got the Bengals.
Which defense do you like more? I mean, both these defenses have shown up in big moments. I just think the Bengals have been more consistent.
I mean, I think the Bills are getting some players back, or I think they got some back in the last week against the Dolphins. Obviously they're still without DeMar Hamlin, but I don't know. I think the Bengals makes more clutch plays when it's needed most. And I don't think the Bills do that. I think they can play good all game. Yeah, I think I like the Bengals too on defense. I don't know what it is. I like the Bengals right now.
Yep, same. All right, guys. I'll let Jake. I'll let you take the reins on this one because these are your boys. The Sunday night game. Or I guess it's not really a Sunday night game. It's a Sunday mid-afternoon game. But we have the Dallas Cowboys traveling to San Francisco to play your boys, the 49ers. Take it away.
No, this is going to be a hard game. Last year. Well, then again, last year, it was a very close game with the Cowboys. And, yeah, the 49ers won, revenge time, quote unquote, for the Cowboys. So this time it's in Santa Clara. But this is a way better team. This is a way better 49ers team. And I don't think this is a better Cowboys team than last year. I think Micah Parsons has some more, experience under his belt. And I think he's a beast, don't get me wrong. But I still think the Cowboys, they got rid of, several of their wide receivers. Their number one wide receiver is CeeDee Lamb. I mean, Dalton Schultz, he's pretty good.
Gallup's been clutch here and there, but
yeah, I think it's going to be close, but I think the 49ers are just too OP, honestly. It's going to be a close game, though. I think it's going to be a nail biter for sure. Unless, bad Dallas comes to play, and then it's just going to be a blowout. I think if they just continue, they're hot right now. I mean, just you roll with the hot hand, and there's no reason for me to believe that, the play calling is going to get bad. There's no reason for me to Brock Purdy is going to play bad. There's no reason for me to think that Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, the list goes on and on, are going to start playing bad. They've been playing good for 11 weeks.
11 weeks, yep.
11 weeks. I just think they're OP. I think they get it done. I got the Niners. I mean, Dak Prescott played good against the Bucks, but the Bucks
they're a mid-tier defense at best.
Yeah, they're like 15. They're good against the run. I mean, I could look up. I got the team defenses right here. Okay, they're number 10. Bucks defense was okay. Total yards 9, passing yards 9, rushing yards 15, points scored 13, takeaways 19. So yeah, right in the middle of the pack. And the Cowboys torched them. I think the 49ers are a better defense.
They are the number one defense.
Yeah, they are the number one defense. They have been playing
slow to start.
Yes, the last couple of weeks. But you know what? It's Dallas. I think they come and they know what's on the line. And I think there's just something special brewing in San Francisco. And I got to take the 49ers. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Cowboys are going to definitely make it very interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to go 49ers as well right off the bat. There's just no reason for me to pick anyone against the 49ers right now. I mean, the 49ers are honestly my Super Bowl favorites at this point in time. Yep. I am a little concerned with if the moment gets too big for Brock Purdy, even though he hasn't shown any regression. I mean, he had a little bit of nerves in the first quarter against Seattle. Dallas is a better defense, but if he can do it against Dallas, he can do it against anyone because Dallas is a good defense. Let's not get that twisted. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the reason why it's going to be interesting is if Dallas can put pressure on Purdy. But then again, like Purdy's been doing things with his legs. He's been doing good ball placement. There's just no reason to go against him. Christian McCaffrey is elite. You have Deebo back, who looks amazing. You have probably one of the top 5 best wide receiver twos in Brandon Ayuk. Kittle can get going. That's one of Purdy's favorite receiving weapons. You got Elijah Mitchell back. This team is stacked. The offensive line is doing really well. They're playing really good. It's going to be hard for the Dallas Cowboys to get pressure on Brock Purdy, I feel like. And this 49ers defense is just going to make it hard for Dak. If Dak looks like he did against Tampa Bay, it could be interesting. But I don't think that's the case because you go from a mid-tier defense to the number one defense. It's not going to look the same, in my opinion. You know, now that the curse has been not cursed, I keep wanting to say curse since it hasn't even been as long as we originally thought. But, you know, Dallas was on a playoff lose streak. Now that they've won again after however long it's been, not nearly as long as we once thought, it could be a lot more interesting. Maybe they feel like, all right, we can go ahead. We can play better. We can win. I think, like you said, it'll be a nail biter. I think this game's going to come down to the wire. I think it'll come down to maybe a Robbie Gould field goal to win it. I would love to see an overtime game. I know you probably don't want to like put your heart through that, like anxiety and stuff, but I think that would be awesome because these are two great defenses. And these are one good coach and one excellent coach in Shanahan. Shanahan is, I think, one of the best coaches, if not top 3 coaches in the NFL. Like he is just so good with what he has. He's on his 3rd string quarterback and they still get it done. Brock Purdy's got ice in his veins as well. He is just playing at such a high level for a rookie. Mr. Irrelevant. You know, I think he's playing with a chip on his shoulder and it shows out on the field. And so you cannot help but to root for the 49ers. Like this would be storybook ending if the 49ers win the Super Bowl with Mr. Irrelevant. How great of a script would that be? That is the ultimate script.
That's what I've been saying since all this happened. I mean, you go from Trey Lance to Jimmy G to Brock Purdy. Like, if you believe in NFL scripts, like, you can't write a better story than this. And it's not like they're a bad team. It's not like they're getting lucky. They are a good team. And real quick, I just want to, you know, the Dallas defense is good. They're they're ranked a little less. Well, they're ranked 12 in total yards, 8 in passing, and this is their weakness, which is the strength of the 49ers, rushing. They're ranked 22. So I think, I didn't know that. I thought they had a better ranked defense.
So it seems like Tampa's defense is actually ranked higher statistically.
Yeah, I mean, you know, something's going to happen, you know, whether it's the offense carrying this team, whether it's the defense, you know, making a stop when they need to. I think they just, you know, they've been there before. They've been in tough playoff games before. You know, Brock Purdy hasn't, but, you know, maybe he has a bad drive. Maybe he has 2 bad drives. But I think what I've seen from this kid so far is, you know, he throws that out the window and he doesn't let it affect him. And he's playing like his hair's on fire. Like the way he runs around, he's accurate. He's pretty mobile. I mean, he's pretty mobile, honestly. And he's in one of the best situations for him. So, I mean, it's going to be a good game for sure. You know, it brings back to all the old school Dallas Cowboy 49ers rivalries. You know, this is fun because this is 2 years in a row where the Cowboys and the 49ers get to play each other. So, I got the Cowboys. I think it's going to be the closest game of the week. No, I honestly, I think all of these can be close.
Could you imagine this game ends again because a ref can't put the ball down because Dak is just dicking around? 2 years in a row, like the spotting of the ball just can't happen correctly, so Dak just loses his freaking mind.
Imagine like Mike McCarthy trips onto the field and then they snap the ball, but like they get a penalty on the last play of the game and for 12 man on the field. And he's like trying to get up, but he's like too big because he can't like get up fast.
Imagine he trips, the red challenge flag falls out of his pocket, and so they challenge the ruling on the field, waste it, lose a timeout, and then can't stop the clock. That would be the ultimate script right there. That would just
oh my God.
NFL, you heard it here first on the Cannonballs podcast. Make it happen. We'll love you.
Make it happen, baby. All right, so our picks are: we got the Chiefs, the Bengals. We both got the Chiefs. We both got the Bengals.
You went with
Dan's
the
got
Giants.
the Eagles. I got the Giants, and
both 49ers.
We both got the 49ers. We'll see. I mean, honestly, I'm very like skeptical about my Giants pick, but you know,
hey, if you feel it, you feel it.
Yeah, something about it. I think they can do it. And honestly, we got revenge on Seattle for beating us in the 2013 NFC Championship.
2013 NFC Championship.
2013 NFC Championship. Sorry. And if the Eagles do win and the 49ers win, guess who we're going to get revenge for the 2012 NFC Championship, baby. Let's do this. 49ers Nation. Let's ride.
Chargers fans, let's cry.
Yes, sir. Sorry, Dane. Get ready for Wildcard Weekend, man. Let's close this out.
It's not Wildcard Weekend anymore, baby.
Sorry.
Divisional round.
Weekend. Shut the go.
All right, guys, that's going to do it. You know, we hope that you guys enjoyed this podcast episode. A little bit shorter, which I appreciate because I got work in the morning. We hope you guys enjoyed this, though. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on our Instagram, cannonballs_podcast. Close us out, baby.
Thanks for listening. Good luck to your teams. Unless you're a Cowboys. Okay, unless you're a 49ers fan, no good luck to any of your teams. All right, let's go Niners. All right, thanks for listening. As always, peace.